Hello indie game fans, I'm clearing out the new releases and updates for October, so we have another set of smaller games, surprise releases and updates of interest, some of which are very apt for this time of year. Let's begin with Space Crew Legendary Edition, a free update to the fairly popular roguelite strategy title, where you are put in charge of a ship and a crew and have to go explore the galaxy. This will be familiar to fans of FTL Faster Than Light, since the real-time management aspect of shuffling crew members around to man various stations on the ship while fighting off boarding aliens and putting out fires is very similar, only with a different art style. This free Legendary Edition update adds one brand new campaign that has you fighting off androids, including new enemy champions, ships, gear and upgrades, away team missions where you can send crew members off on side missions, and new legendary crew members as well. If you have this, be sure to check it out, and if you don't, it's a no-brainer with this update. A very interesting entry is Sword of the Stars The Pit 2, a traditional turn-based roguelike that is the sequel to a game from 2013, changing up the art style quite significantly, although to be honest, it's not for the better in my opinion. The original trailer for this game is quite a piece of work as well, with one of the most terrible backing songs that I've ever heard, so I have switched it out to spare you the anguish, but if you are curious, do check it out via the link in the description below. All that being said, I do think that the original is pretty good and wish the developers all the best in early access. A decent open-world action title is Rustler, self-described as Grand Theft Horse, where you get up to all sorts of shenanigans in medieval times. This developer released a paid DLC titled Murder Madness, adding even more weapons at your disposal for maximum chaos. You're able to hire mercenaries, use new weapons like a mace and a bow, and even adds a chariot into the mix, all to be used in the new Murder Fest challenges, adding even more to this game. This next title is an interesting one since Rebel Inc. Escalation is a political strategy simulation game that has you attempting to stabilize a war-torn country, and of note is that this comes to us from the developer of the pandemic simulator Plague Inc. While this title has not had the massive success of the other, it is a great management title that has you essentially running a close equivalent to Afghanistan, having to develop and push the country forward while fighting off a deadly insurgency. Of course, there are governors to contend with, warlords to appease, and definitely plenty of politicking and intrigue as corruption seeps in, making this one to play. One of the fantastic but underrated adventure games from 2019 is Mutazione, one where you move to a small town to care for your ailing grandfather, but a meteor strike many years ago has mutated many of the inhabitants. This free update is named Penpal and serves as an epilogue to the main story, where you're exchanging letters with other characters in the game, looking to round things off nicely. I normally wouldn't have given a second look to a game like Mon Amour, but if you thought that the pixel art looked familiar, yes, this is from the eccentric Japanese developer Onion Games, who are notable for making games like Dandy Dungeon and Blackbird, so of course that got my attention. This is a Flappy Bird-like, where you play as a mustachioed man who wants to kiss the princess, with a cheeky poke at Mario as the princess got captured once again. It is super weird in that Japanese game kind of way, but comes across as charming, making this one to check out. Quick little trailer for Surgeon Simulator 2 Trick and Treat, the Halloween-themed update that added new spooky levels and a variety of items for the level creator, making this wacky physics game even better.
You find yourself trapped inside a mysterious room. Will you succeed in puzzling your way out, or will you remain forever trapped?
Who are you talking to? Why don't you look around, see if you can find something to help me with this?
I did come across Escape Simulator when looking at new releases, but decided to give it a pass since there have been quite a number of escape room games on Steam, most of which are pretty bad, but the people have spoken and this looks like a pretty good entry. It does support solo play, but is best with 2 to 3 players, but can support up to 20, providing a nice digital alternative to one of the more popular trends in recent years.
Full of intriguing tools and objects await. Levels and puzzles beyond count. Where should we venture next, partner?
Just pick one already.
We have engaged the community to co-create custom-built rooms sourced directly from our real-world consumers.
Why are you talking like that?
Escape Simulator. Who doesn't love a little mystery?
I quite like the action-adventure title with farming elements Garden Story, which released in August this year, where the team has released the free Autumn Update. This adds more shops, hats and backpacks, and on the gameplay front, unlocked the final upgrade level for tools, rewards for completing the library collections, additional plots to build on and more shortcuts, making a good game even better. We have one of the strangest and most unique entries here with Dusk 82 Ultimate Edition, a remake of the insanely popular retro first-person shooter, transforming the 90s era action game into an 80s style puzzle game like Chip's Challenge. Games like this are why I love indie games, since developers are more or less given free rein to do whatever they want, and granted, this game has not sold as many copies as its inspiration, the success of that game definitely gave this developer the freedom to make cool, weird stuff like this, so I absolutely love this on so many levels, taking the #1 spot. For more first-person shooters, watch these videos and I will see you after the jump.